We've got an amazing inspirational panel from a really great designer, from like Crescent as well. So I don't know if you mind turning a camera on, it'd be amazing. We got like Lorena. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for being on like Transformers Ed Pakistan. If you could just introduce yourself and start your presentation, and I'll see you in about 18 minutes. Okay?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Well, I am for a year or so working for Crescent Bahuman Limited in Pakistan. It's a very big supplier for denim, a very good one. I'm dealing with the Spain office here. I am designer for denim, specialized in denim. I've been into it for over 10 years. And well, ever since I started, well, I did it because I fell in love with it. And well, I've been working in Inditex and as a buyer and designer. And now I'm on the supplier side, very happily. Okay, well, I call this presentation I made JEANSPIRATION, from inspiration to materialize denim, because jean sources of inspiration, as everything else, are slightly different from the rest. From ideas to finished garments is a very particular journey. Well, let's start with the origins of denim. Well, the denim essence is, resuming, is tough garments for tough people. The origins were meant for working people, working garments, meant to be resistant, durable, and the aesthetic of denim today came from these particularities, and the aesthetic arise from functionality. Well, from these origins to what came afterwards and what we still have today, is a usage of denim from the young generation, taken from being clothes for hard work and prisoner uniforms, for instance. Young people took denim out of context, and they took it as a symbol of authenticity, used as a transgression to get distance from a generation they don't feel they fit into. So denim went beyond and became a symbol of equality between other things. Men and women is a garment that suddenly was the same for men and women, no distinctions. It's the same typology. There's no gender there. You can move, you can be careless, you can be rough with it. So here we can see, well, 4 icons that started wearing denim and taking it from the original use of it. Marilyn Monroe, James Dean, Marlon Brando, Newman. Well, we all know these icons. This is where the denim that we understand today started from. Well, the denim rebels, as I said, they took, the young generation took these working garments that were not precisely fancy out of that context, and well, the idols of the youth started wearing denim, and since then is the image of cool itself. Denim opened the door in young fashion, expression of belonging to a new vibrant generation, especially for young, for change. Had an icon with denim, started and ever since remained the same. Some of these icons that started making this popular were, as we can see, Elvis Presley, Brigitte Bardot, the Beatles, all the young idols of these times. So the rejection of the outdated society was shown by these icons that the young people looked up to. And then, well, we can follow with the perfect match, is denim and music. Well, in the years where denim became what we understand today, there was also a change. It's the popular culture, the pop culture. And no doubt, denim is the image of this. I mean, is the garment of these kind of urban tribes. They arise from music, actually. The pop music is part of a message which gets complete with the look and personality of the artists. Bands are a concept, an idea to stick to and be part of it. So the urban trends emerge from it, and denim is inseparable from that culture. Well, here we can see some everlasting icons, the Ramones, Metallica, Debbie Harry from Blondie, Nirvana, Springsteen. Well, people that we all remember wearing denim. Well, a proof of this perfect match is what we got forever in record covers. Some of them iconic, we all know them. Here we can see, for instance, down on the left, the super famous Sticky Fingers made by Andy Warhol. Well, and the one that is on the left up is the back cover from Lou Reed's Transformer. Well, Lou Reed and Andy Warhol were very linked. So that's why, well, the original one from Sticky Fingers, it had an actual zipper that you couldn't zip. So these are images linked to denim that that we all have inherited, and so that's why the concept of rebellion remains with denim. Oh, okay. Okay, an example that we can understand today of this marriage. Denim. Some of the trends have been started by music bands and music artists, and a proof of this we can see in the 90s, the rap artists and the hip hop artists popularized the super wide fit denim, which was never seen before. I mean, this kind of fit. Here we can see Tupac in the 90s. But this this trend has been revisited now, and is a main trend right now. We can see on the right images of fashion collections right now happens. It's summer collection. So what I'm not sure is if everybody's aware where this trend came from actually. So this is one example of this marriage of pop culture and denim. Well, now we're going to focus on the elements when we are facing a design in denim. The elements that we have to different to any other kind of garment, what makes the difference and what we have to pay attention to. Well, first of all, the quality. The quality is a cotton twill, warp indigo, weft and dyed cotton. The yarn has small particularities, and the combination of those used in warp and weft will give us different looks, and the construction also makes small differences. Also the weight of the garment, depending on the typology of garment we are going to do, we will have to be considering different kind of weights, or maybe just transgress the idea and use a weight that is not particularly used for the garment we are going to make. Creativity has no limits. So apart from this, of course, now we are using many kinds of blends other than cotton. We are using full stretch fabrics combined with elastane, cellulosic fabrics, cellulosic fibers, such as tencel, viscose. That gives a different look to denim, but still keeps the essence. And then a very particular and magic thing about denim is the indigo color, indigo dye. Well, whether we are using an indigo dye or a sulfuric method, the indigo does not get into the fiber completely. It remains in the surface. So that's why with the usage and the friction, it fades out. but we have raw denim to a very faded out. All the shades of blue are still beautiful. We all love them. And one thing that happened since denim is in our lives is that denim blue is not a color anymore. We observe it as if it was neutral. We don't have to. This blue combines with everything, and these things never happens with any other kind of garments, with any other kind of color. Even if it's an indigo, but not in a denim, the perception is that it's a color that you have to combine. You have to make a color palette. But when it's denim, there's no color palette. I mean, indigo denim, a pair of jeans goes with everything, matches everything. And this is something that is very particular and unique of denim. Well, apart from the quality and the indigo, the next thing, at least that I always focus in or I pay more attention, is the fit. The fit is going to also give us a message of what we are wearing. If we've been for many years now with the skinny and super skinny trends, are very, very fitted. Oh, sorry. It's my mother, she always calls when she shouldn't. The fit is going to tell us what kind of denim, what kind of look are we talking about. Okay, these skinny fits are now fading out and giving some space to regular fits, to more the origins of denim fits. And these, of course, will need another kind of quality. So the choice of the quality, the weight, is going to be very much dictated by the fit that we choose, and also other peculiarities, such as the dry processes we are going to use, if it will have brokens or not, and the kind of wash. Everything will be a little bit defined by the fit. Okay, and then we go to particular specific elements of denim. Okay, when we are going to start denim design, we have to pay attention to some elements that must be there, not all, but most of them, because at the end of the day, it's what we all want. We all love denim as it is, but for instance, the thread and the top stitches is the emphasis line, are the emphasis lines and the shape focus. They are defined by the top stitches. Originally, they ensured resistance by flat felts, seams, double seams, derived in a singular and unique characteristic of denim and casual wear, using contrasted complementary color, indigo and tobacco color. So you could see perfectly the lines and the emphasis that the design was doing by these lines, by the stitches. Also, the high-lows of the denim with the usage and wash, they are particularly visible on these areas. So paying attention to that is a must. Well, we also see here another basic elements of denim, the trims. They all are riveted. Well, because again, the origins are these. They should be resistant and durable, and they are tough, right? So small, tiny trims would not be of use. So all kind of alloys and metallic colors, well, starting from silver to rusty finishes. The zipper, well, very similar these to the leather usage of the trims. Again, tough things, hard things, durable things. So the look of denim is very linked to the usage of this kind of riveted trims. The rivets, something that would make the garment resistant. Not that much nowadays, but of course it's an inheritance of the origins. Also the bar tags that would also make resistant critical parts of the construction. We still use it because, again, it's more an icon, an image than something else. And of course, the particular construction of the garment. And these elements can be modified, can be bent, some of them eliminated, but at the end of the day, keeping enough of them in a recognizable way makes what we all love of denim, the coin pockets, the patch pockets, but the back yoke, the top stitched bed loops with bar tabs, the fly or the buttoned fly, which is also a very particular one. And then, of course, the wash. This is, again, particularity of these kind of garments that no other woven garments would have. As we said before, since the indigo does not penetrate totally in the fiber, when we face the design, we need to know what kind of look do we want. If it's going to be a rinse wash, simple, clean, or if it's going to be ripped, or it's going to be very washed down, like these ones over here. We have to face it from the wet processes and then the dry processes. Rinse. We can do rinse wash, stone wash, chemical bleach, PP spray for doing the use effect. And then the dry process, mechanical mostly, the grinding, sanding, ripping, and then new technologies such as a laser that makes the use effect by literally burning a little bit the surface of the denim with a perfect, authentic look. And then, of course, another element that has been there from the beginning, the denim branding. Denim has an own distinctive iconology and a specific information to communicate to the customer. For instance, a fit, certain characteristics, and it comes with authenticity, message, and it's associated to particular graphics. We may change the style, but not the concept. We can see some evolution of this kind of branding, but not in essence. It remains the same, and actually we'll love it doing. Well, to finish, I would like to this is an example of trends that comes again and again, or fits that we revisit again and again, but they have been in different stages of from the denim history. Here we can see a 1940s fit, which is very similar to a picture that is below, Charlie's Angels in the 70s, and then collections that we can see now, the culottes. Small variations, but is a revisitation of these parts of the history of these garments. So the way we see it is not the same. It's not the same. So that's why there is always like a new sensation, it smells different depending on who is interpreting and when. I saw Shawshank Redemption not so long ago, and then I've seen this movie many times, but this time I realized how super cool were the denim wearing in that jail. And then I thought, okay, but I have seen this bit later on. I mean, in that moment of the history, yes, in the 50s as well. And it is coming back now. But for some reason, I just fell in love with that one. When I saw the movie for maybe 6th time, and then I took it back to make like an interpretation today. So this is basically, well, we all do that in fashion in general, but in denim, which has a very specific communication, it means something very special. It is revisited in a different way. Well, and to finish, I would like to Well, as I was saying, interpretation and revisitation is to observe, to understand, to revisit. We shouldn't be shy or scared of being transgressive. We actually know when something is cool. Only when you have gathered information and ideas and proposals of your own, what we actually know. As I was saying with the movie, to do a proper research, to be aware of what happened before you saw it, the trends that came from that one, and remember the feelings you had when you saw something in a different moment. It's like when I saw pictures of my parents when I was a kid with these, super wide legs and stuff, and I was like, wow. But then some years later, I saw it, and the feel about it was totally different. So this is something that we have to try to remember and keep with us. Well, and that's it. Thanks for listening. And remember that your own interpretation, this goes to students and to designers. Things we all know makes today different from yesterday. If we question everything, know where things came from, and play doing things in a different way might be our generation's way.
Thank you so much. That was awesome what you just did. That was a crash course in your mind, and such an inspiring designer you are. And then thank you so much for your knowledge. You're right, that research part of it is so important, right? I think it's awesome what you shared, and also we got to look into your mind of how you actually think, and that's quite cool as well. And you're right, there's so many aspects as designers we have to know about and understand. The trims, you talked about the branding part of it as well, that every jean to a normal person looks kind of the same. So that storytelling, that branding, the outside branding is so important now. Even it could be a small label, it can be a massive hang tag, it can be a massive tag, or even a joker label that's put on. It's so important, that storytelling. And you're absolutely right. And the early brands did it so well. And Levi's is probably one of the only ones, and Naked and Famous and a few others, that do such a good job with that storytelling as well on the outside.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad to hear that.
No,
well, it's something that I absolutely love, and I wish I could communicate that.
No, you did a great job, and we'd love to get you back again. And it's so lovely to see how other designers think and work. And you're right, it's denim. We all know how it started, but it's just how you communicate it and how you get inspired, and what the trends are that influence the market. Is quite important for a designer to always keep a track of what's going on, and also follow your gut and follow what you like. That's also the important thing.
Exactly. And revisit something that at that moment you hated, and then suddenly you find it fabulous.
Yeah,
it's a sign of the time.
I often really trust my own judgment quite a lot of the time. If I think it looks crap, I actually say it. I don't hold my tongue anymore, but I'm in a position where I can do that. Some people say, well, they hold their tongue. I don't. I'm not too sure. So always be very honest to yourself about design. It may be that other people don't understand it, but it's your job to try and convince other people about the design that you're about to present or do.
Absolutely. So, yeah. The truth will take us somewhere.
Absolutely right. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for your great all our presentation. And thanks again, still plus EBL as well for getting you in. So thank you so much.
Thanks.
Pleasure.